welcome back to the Read Aloud. We're gonna do I Read Aloud. So last time we read, it's been a while, but last time we read about a little story about little dog lost, and it was very beautiful, and how this little dog, Scruffy, gets lost from his farm home. So you guys got to go check that out. Now we're gonna read 10 Little Fingers. I have 10 little fingers and they all belong to me. I can make them do things. Would you like to see? I can shut them up tight, or open them all wide. Or I can put them all together and make them all hide. I can make them up jump high. I can make them down jump low. I can fold them quietly and hold them all just so. So that was 10 Little Fingers. If you're wondering why I'm going like this, I'm making sure you guys can see it. The pictures. So, it has like the little activities. 10 little fingers. Wiggle your fingers. All belong to me. Shut them tight. Open them all wide. Put them all together. Make them hide. Move. Jump high and low. Put hands together in a lap. Hold them all just so. And that was a little activity sheet. I'll let you guys pause so you guys can do them. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to be reading some underwater things. We were going to read today because we missed some of the videos. I saw a ship a-sailing and it followed the seas. So it will be happy fall, everybody. It was fall like a couple days ago, and I didn't even recognize. It's gotten colder and stuff, so now we're going to read our technology impact. So last time we read about the invention of the cotton gin. We read two, because I wasn't sure which one we haven't read, but we read the cotton belt and the invention of the cotton gin. So you guys can go check that out. Now we're going to read a bit of a long one, which is the last of about the cotton gin. Is how the cotton gin impacted the South. Let's get reading. The invention of the cotton gin led to other developments and changes. The main effect or impact was to increase in cotton production. The demand for cotton grew. Planters realized that with this infected machine, they could progress more cotton in a harvest and meet the demand. They could then make more money too. Planters began to replace other less lucrative crops with more cotton. Soon the cotton belt was producing more cotton than other places in the world. People called cotton white gold. The South became the cotton king. The rise in the cotton crops led to an increased demand for enslaved laborers to plant and pick the cotton. As a result, slavery spread across the deep South. Prior to the cotton gin, there were about 700,000 enslaved men. Women and children in the South, most were forced to work on the tobacco plantations in Virginia and rice plantations. In South Carolina and Georgia, by 1820, slavery has spread westward across the South. By 1860, the population of enslaved people were close to 4 million. And enslaved labor could clean cotton 50 times faster using a cotton gin. So you see they're all working using the cotton gin. So you have a little how it works. How you get all the cotton to other countries. First, what they do is they cotton grow in the South. Next, they ship to the North, woven into fabric in North, and then shipped to other countries. So that's basically what they do with all the cotton. The cotton gin was just one piece of a larger indestructible network that changed the nation. Large botanical looms used to weave the cotton into the fabric now allowed textiles to be mass-produced in factories. The invention of the steam engine affected the cotton industry too. Steamboats traveled quickly, which meant the supply of goods could be shipped to the market faster in order to meet the rising demand. The increase of the production provided American with abundance or surplus of cotton to sell to other countries. In 1790, before cotton progressing machines, cotton farmers in the United States produced a total of 3,135 bales of cotton. Within 50 years, cotton production has increased more than 1 million bales per year. One man's idea for a small machine greatly affected America, and in the world, it helped pave the way the widespread industrialization. L. Whitney's cotton gin reshaped the economy and daily life, but also had the terrible effect of protecting and expanding slavery in the United States. So you guys can pause this and just look at this chart. It is U.S. cotton production 1790s, 90s, and through 1860s. So that's when the cotton gin was invented. With the invention of the cotton gin, production of the cotton in the United States began its dramatic climb. Today, the United States produces an average of 13 million bales of cotton per year. So that's a lot of facts about the cotton gin. Would you guys use? Do you think they still use it today? Probably not. But you never know. You don't know if they have it in the back or something. So that was technology's impact on technology's impact. Now I'm going to read Diary of a Wimpy Kid Old School, our last book that we're going to be reading for these read alouds. So last time we read was pretty interesting. We were learning about the homework buddies. So you guys can go check that out. Today's Wednesday in the world, which is actually Friday. So let's go. Wednesday. As if our house wasn't crowded enough, now Grandpa's living with us. They raised the rent at the Leisure Towers, and he couldn't afford to live there anymore. So Mom's invited Grandpa to move in with our family. That wasn't so hot an idea, even though Grandpa is his own father. But Mom says it will be just like the old days, when 3 generations live under the same roof. I think Mom has this rosy image of the way things used to be, but I have a totally different picture of what it must have been back then. So they're helping wash Grandpa, this was like his little this was Gregory's idea of what the past was like. They're not cleaning Grandpa now, but still. I was actually okay with Grandpa moving in with us until I realized what it meant for me. Mom let Grandpa pick any bedroom he wanted, and of course he chose mine. Well, 'cause your room's old stylish. I like it. That meant I needed to find a new place to sleep. My first thought was to go to the guest room, but I forgot that's where the pig stays, and there's no way of sharing the pull-out couch with a barn animal. What's wrong with that? I mean, it's fun with sleeping with animals, if they're trained for it, but sure. I ruled out Roderick's room right away because he might actually be a step-down from the pig. My only choice was the room with Manny. So I got out the air bed and set it up on his floor. But sleeping in Manny's room has its own problems. Mom reads Manny a bedtime story every night, and sometimes they're really long. In fact, lately I think Manny's been picking out the thickest books he can find just to get on my nerves. In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit. So I would be comfortable reading a story every night. I mean, who wouldn't, to be honest? Unless you're adults. They really don't want to hear a 20-pound story each night, but I would like it. Things have been a little tense ever since Grandpa moved in. You can tell he doesn't really approve the way Mom and Dad are raising us kids, even though he never comes out and says it. Mom's been trying to potty train Manny forever, and she's been experimenting with something called no pants after dinner, and that's exactly what it sounds like. So, Manny does not have any pants on, and I would be just like Grandpa. Like, are you letting your kid run around with no pants on? What the heck? What's supposed to happen is that when Manny feels the urge to go, he'll run to the bathroom. But Manny just prances around all night with nothing on below the waist, and eventually he ducks behind the recliner in the family room. I don't think Dad's a huge fan of no pants after dinner, but I can tell he's even more uncomfortable with Grandpa being here to witness it. It's pretty obvious having Grandpa around is really stressing Dad out, and every time one of us kids screws up, it just makes Dad even more tense. Oops, so he just spilled gravy everywhere. No big deal, we do it all the time. And Grandpa's like, What seems to annoy Dad the most is when one of us kids asks Mom to do something we should be able to do ourselves. Yesterday, I asked Mom to open a microwave burrito for me because I always have trouble with those plastic bags. But Dad jumped all over my case. He said if I was stranded in the desert with thousands of microwave burritos, I'd starve to death because I couldn't figure out how to open them on my own. I don't think you're going to have like 1,000 burritos, microwave burritos, on an island. Unless someone dropped it down to you, but still. I told Dad that the chances of me getting stranded on a desert island with 1,000 microwave burritos was pretty slim, but he said I was missing the point. He said if I don't learn how to do things myself, I'm not going to be able to survive in the real world. Another thing Dad hates is that how Mom still helps me get ready for school in the morning. She picks out my clothes the night before. That's what my mom does. She gets the clothes, but right before we go to bed, she gets our clothes out, and then she puts them on the couch, so when we get downstairs, we get dressed first, do brush our teeth, and eat before we go, so. Like, most of my moms do it. She picks out my clothes the night before, and she has a chart hanging in the kitchen to help me stay on track. So, soap, breakfast, teeth, shower, hair, underwear, socks, pants, shirt, and shoes. So, this is his little schedule. I guess Dad was pretty embarrassed by the chart because the other day he took it down. But without that thing, in order to guide me through the morning, I got the order of all things messed up, and all wrong, and ended up wearing socks over my shoes. Don't worry, they still look normal to me. I mean, it was normal. These days, I think Dad's just waiting for me to screw up. This morning, I forgot to put the cap back on the tube of toothpaste, and Dad was ready to pounce. Aha! So he's like a lion. Arr. I don't think it was a big deal, but Dad gave me this long speech about how little things have big consequences. He said if I was a kid growing up in a frontier ties, and it was my job to tighten the bolts on the wagon wheels, but I forgot to, then the wheels would fall off and our family would get eaten by wolves. But that's not going to happen, though. Well, it shouldn't happen, but still. I thought that was kind of being dramatic, but it did make me feel a little guilty about that toothpaste cap. It's not a big deal. So he's thinking about if it did happen, his family would die, and he would be the only one in the family. I'm not the only one who's been getting on Dad's nerves, though. Lately, Roderick's been getting under Dad's skin, too. Whenever Roderick needs gas for his van, he hits Mom up with money. But a few nights ago, he made a mistake of doing it in front of Grandpa. No big deal. Some families just need to help each other out. No big deal. Dad said that from now on, Roderick has to pay his own gas. And when Roderick asked how he was supposed to do that, Dad said it was time for him to get a job. And so Mom helped Roderick go through the help wanted section of the newspaper to find him a job that doesn't require any skills or experience. They finally found an ad for a restaurant that's about 15 minutes from our home. So this is the chart. You guys can pause that to read it if you guys want. I went to the old-timey ice cream parlor for Roy's last birthday party, and that experience may have permanently ruined ice cream for me. They have this one dessert on the menu called the feeding troll, which is 40 scoops of ice cream all in long tray. You mix different flavors of the ice cream together, and it just turns into great slop. So there's nothing wrong with that. Like before COVID, it would have been okay, but after COVID, I feel like people would be like, "Hey, you can eat it all yourself, bro." The old-timey ice cream parlor roll is one of those places where the whole staff comes to your table to sing for your birthday. Makes me really uncomfortable because it's pretty obvious they'd rather be doing anything else. It's your birthday and we're here to say we hope your day's a dandy in an old-fashioned way. They do it at some restaurants too. Like if you went into Hoss's and told them it's your birthday, some of the people would come. The whole staff wouldn't come, but like some of the people, like the waiters and stuff. Roderick had an interview at the restaurant earlier in the week, and believe it or not, he got the job. Saturday was his first night of work, and Mom thought it would be an idea for the rest of us to surprise Roderick and cheer him on. But when we got to the restaurant, we couldn't find him anywhere. Mom was pretty worried, but eventually we found him out back. So he's throwing away trash. Mom wasn't happy that Roderick was on trash duty and gave the manager a piece of her mind. So she's like Karen mode, speaking to the manager. But the manager said Roderick was an entry-level employee, and that everyone who works at the restaurant has to pay their dues. I'm pretty sure Roderick was hoping we all just go home and leave him alone after that, but Mom wanted to stick around. And when Roderick went on his 15-minute break, we hung out with them in the employee lounge. Roderick spent the rest of the night taking the trash from the kitchen out to the dumpster, and I guess Mom wanted to see him one more time before he left. So she told the waiter it was Manny's birthday, and the waiter called out the whole staff to our table. But I wish Mom didn't go and do that, because there's something about the smell of garbage that just really ruins your appetite. And if you're feeling hungry, you're just at the perfect place. Now just blow out that candle so you can stuff it in your face. What kind of song is that? And tomorrow will be Monday in their world, so that was pretty interesting. So we found out that Roger got his first job, which is pretty interesting, but I hope he does good on it.